All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Guerreros Podcast. Today we have my good friend over here, Chris Medina.
Hey,
Right?
brother. How's
It's
it
good.
going,
It's
man? Hey,
going
it's
good,
a
bro. Good to have
pleasure.
you here. Good to have you here.
Pleasure to be on the
So,
pod, man.
so we're gonna talk a little bit about what it is to be an entrepreneur, what it is to have responsibility, what it is to run an actual business. Because to run an actual business and be able to step away from your business, if you don't have things in place, you cannot do that, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people out here talking about, I have a business, I'm a business owner, but really what they have is a good paying job, brother. And
Or a busyness.
yeah, busyness. There you go, man. I haven't heard that one yet, but that's pretty much it, bro. Not having certain things in place or having certain things in place allows business owners to step out of the business and become an actual business owner. I don't think Chris Medina will be here with us if he was actually working in the business, not on it. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit. I wanna hear a little bit about what you do, brother. So if you could tell our people out here what it is that you do, what it is that you have, as far as your business, I think it would be great to pull it out there.
Definitely. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Chris Medina. I go by the Chris Medina on all social media platforms. Yeah, I'm 32 and right currently own three businesses, but it wasn't like that all the time, right? At the beginning, I was actually a high school dropout. So, I don't really like the school system that much. I'm not really a believer in that. Not that I don't like education, it's just about getting the right education, right?
Mm,
So, yeah, so I got three businesses right now. My main business is I'm a hearing instrument specialist. So I work with hearing impaired patients. So that's Virtue Hearing. That's my main business. Now I got my second business, which is called El Flipero LLC, which is like flipper, which I flip houses. So now that I got extra capital, I'm able to buy houses, fix them, and flip them.
I like
And
that.
it's a good name,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
huh? For those of you who speak Spanish, El Flipero. It's kind of funny. I just thought it was funny. It's pretty memorable, right? El Flipero.
Spanglish at his best.
hmm And then my third business, which I just launched this year, 2024, my new venture, Making Feria Inc. So Making Feria is, we're gonna soon have our first business conference coming. I'm thinking either October or January. Dates are coming super soon. We also do social media marketing. So for those of you who either want to start a podcast, want to do reels, want to just get started on your social media, I can help with that. We also do business coaching and yeah, all that stuff, brother.
Yeah,
What do you think? It's a
Nah,
lot. It's a lot going on,
it's
right?
a lot going on, but like I said, it takes a real someone with a good mindset to handle this kind of. I mean, it is stressful, right?
Yeah.
But like al fin de cuentas, it's like if you can handle this stuff and you got the mindset for it, you got the guts, because like I said, not anybody could just do that,
Yeah.
right? It takes girth, man, not girth, grit. Goddamn, girth, God,
Courage.
right? Encourage, definitely courage, because you have responsibilities, right? You got to make huge sacrifices in the sense that sometimes you got people that you're taking care of, and you're so invested in what you're doing that you cannot just stop what you're doing, because if you stop what you're doing, then you stop taking care of what's literally the reason why you might be doing all of this. Um,
Definitely.
so what is the biggest purpose for you, or what's your purpose in doing all these ventures that you got going on?
Yeah. So I didn't mention I also have two kids. My daughter's 12 already. My son's 5. I do it for them. I love my kids. They're the future, and that's like my main purpose. And also creating multi-generational wealth. That's
That's
like
key
been a
right
dream
there.
of mine, right? Because for generations and generations, my family has been poor. Everybody has worked their whole life, retired, living paycheck to paycheck. And I have this vision where I want to create multi-generational wealth to help my whole family hopefully one day, right?
There you go.
So that's the dream, that's the vision. So how am I going to get there? I'm creating these vehicles, in business to get to that goal, right?
So are you gonna be putting your kids through that education system that we currently have?
Yeah, so right here in California, it's pretty bad. Um, the public schools are bad. I'm not rich enough yet to say get maybe a teacher to come homeschool them yet, but I do have them in private school. So that's
Mm.
one thing that I can do, right? Because I don't know if we should get a little controversial here,
Dude, to each their own. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
these schools, I mean, they're getting out of line, right? They're letting kids choose their own gender, which just blew my mind. There was this one day where my daughter, she was in sixth grade, still going to private school, and she's like, "Dad, I want you to go to our school night, right? You can meet my teachers, you can see my grades." She was like super excited, and I mean, to be honest, I don't really like dealing with those kind of things, but I saw the excitement in her eyes, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna go. So I show up to the school and I walk in, and the first thing I see is a multi-gender restroom, and I was like, "What the hell? Like, when did this start?" Because when I was in elementary here in Los Angeles, they didn't have
boys
that.
and girls, right?
They didn't have that option. It's just boys or girls, not that you have a choice to just go walk into a multi-gender restroom. So I met the teachers too. They were kind of in la la land. I mean, I asked them questions, and they seemed like, one teacher's like, "Oh yeah, well, we don't even have enough time. By the time the kids sit down, they do their work, so it's time to leave." And like, they didn't really care. They didn't care. So I didn't like the teachers. I didn't like that the fact that they had the multi-gender restrooms. So I was like, I'm out. Like, you're getting out of the school like this week, like straight up.
Damn, bro.
Like
Action right there.
yeah, like I just like I'm like, nope. I'm get the transcripts. We're out of here. You're going to private school. So luckily, there's a private school right here where I live here in Montebello, and I took her out and put it right there right away. And then my son turned 5, started kinder, put him right there straight up. So he entered straight into private school. My daughter, she entered as a 7th grader. So something new for her. She had to kind of,
Adjust.
adapt, but she's good now. Kids need to learn those social skills because, it's hard
Yeah.
not to have social skills, especially when you get older. You're like, you don't want to talk. You feel like you're an introverted person just because you don't have those social skills. So yeah, man, I did my part. I'm putting them in private school, and hopefully that makes a difference for them.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm trying to work my ass off because my kid he's about to be 4,
Yeah.
and that's one big debate for me, especially. Like we live in a crazy, crazy California, man, and it's tough for me to swallow that pill because it's like, damn, bro, like, no hate on anybody. You could go be a if you want. I don't care, right? But I just don't feel comfortable having my kid around that because I grew up with certain things like that, right? I have gay cousins, gay friends, but
Yeah.
they're not throwing their stuff on me, right? They just
Yeah.
they're doing their thing. But the way that I've seen it, like at least when I go take my nephew or my godson or whenever I go pick up my little nephews from school, like I see it, bro, and I'm like, bro, they're pushing this so hard. Like they got this whole pride thing across the foot. Like as soon as you
Yeah.
walk in, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, they got that stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then also like dress code. Like at least the school that my daughter was going to, they were just not enforcing it. We got girls showing stuff they shouldn't be showing their stomach, wearing short shorts, little skirts, and it's just like it's inappropriate
Okay.
at middle school level. It shouldn't, even high school, right? There should be some type of control there, and it's just not happening,
Hey, we
man.
are we are we are individuals, but it's like sometimes we don't know what we don't know. Like I'm pretty sure like when you were growing up, man, there was no sense of fear running around, being on the street, playing, doing your thing with the friends. Nowadays, it's like I don't feel safe leaving my kid out, even in the front yard. Like I gotta be there watching him, dude. We went to go have some crab boil right here in by where we're staying at. I forgot the freaking name. And Burbank, by Burbank, we were having some crab boil.
Boiling crab.
Yeah, boiling crab. Thank you. I was like, what the fuck is it called? We were having that boiling
That's
crab.
bomb.
Yeah, dude. And freaking my mom grabs my kid, and I was like, ma, like, póngaselo cerquita porque aquí no sabe quién chingo pase volando, rozando y se llevan al chiquillo. And I literally, my wife's like, can you see them? And I was like, yep. And I'm just sitting there like from the inside, and they're just playing outside in the mall area. And dude, it's scary to me. It's scary that there's no sense of safety anymore. I mean, me as a man, like I want to see a motherfucker try.
Yeah.
Like I mean, of course I don't, right? Knock on wood, but a motherfucker try. So I was like, you better be having good legs, so you better have something on you, bro, because I'm charging at full speed, man. Like
Yeah.
I don't take that kindly. Me as a man, trying to be the best leader as possible. If I see anybody's kids, like even if I don't know you, right, and your kids are out,
Yeah.
my eyes are on your kids because I don't know what the hell the United States believes on the kids are our kids are our future,
Hmm.
but I don't think they're taking care of the kids as if they were. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Certain parts of the world look at their kids and take care of their kids. Like they could walk from one side of town to the other, and everybody's keeping the eye on them, making sure that they're okay because they do believe that
Yeah.
they are the future. But out here in California, man, I feel like they're the future for somebody else because they either want to gut them up or do something to them. You know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's our responsibility as the parents to always make sure they're good
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
secure.
I
But
mean,
yeah, brother. So what are you doing in business right now?
dude, I'm freaking. We're out here in LA. Just of course, we just got out of that inner circle. Met some great people.
30K mastermind,
30K
baby.
mastermind, dude. It's
Mm-hmm.
I still can't believe it, man. Sitting on the table with the high players out there, Neil Patel, of course, even Edwin. I forgot his last name, man, but Edwin from Brinks, right?
Hmm.
The security system.
Yeah.
We had Albert Preciado, of course. That's freaking getting it going, and just out here networking, brother, and being able to step away from my company was just being able to step away because I learned to start putting processes in place that allows me to at least step out for a week, right?
Definitely.
I'm working towards being able to step out for a month, 2 months, a whole
Hmm.
year, and then coming back and it's like, oh, the company's still running, and I'm not
Yeah.
even there, and it made more money than without me. But
Yeah.
right now, like I said, man, being able to step away from a business, not anybody can do, right?
Hmm.
Even if it's for an hour,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm pretty sure. How far is your office from here? About
It was like 5 minutes.
yeah. See,
Yeah.
so even stepping out of the office for 5 minutes, if you don't have a system in place, you're gonna get called. You're gonna get texts. You're gonna get freaking bugged, and trying to figure stuff out when you're not there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you over here freaking got the business making feria, el flipero. You know,
Yeah.
you got your hearing aid going. So to me, it's inspiring, brother, sitting with people like yourself because I mean, the only thing I got is Guerrero's podcast and my business. And the only thing I've ever delegated completely is the freaking podcast, other than me having to be here, of course, right? Because I am
Hmm.
the one that's doing the interviews.
Yeah.
But to have assist to me, that I think that's one of the most amazing things when a company can run without you in it and
Hmm.
make money without you having to be there.
Yes, that's
It's
the goal. I mean, that should be the goal for everybody, right? Because you don't want to have, like you said, a busyness, a business where that you have to be there.
yeah,
I mean, when you're starting off, you're gonna have to and make a lot of sacrifices, but you don't want to stay there. You want to make sure that you learn how to hire people, how to replace certain positions. I also work with Ryan Pineda, and he always says, hire from the top down. So, like for example, if I hire a COO, now that COO is in charge of hiring the office manager, front office, accounting, and this, right? They start to get in charge of all that. Of course, a COO is not going to be cheap. So if you can't afford it, then obviously you're going to have to work your way up to that. But if you can, then you would want to hire
from
from the
the way
top
out.
down.
Yeah, because I mean, it makes it that much easier. It gives you less work.
Hmm.
But for you, what was one of the biggest struggles for you starting your business, and then stepping away little by little? What was one of the things that was like, yeah, I'm struggling with?
The beginning,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I opened up my hearing aid business back in 2015. So, you know, I opened up my office in this plaza that didn't have no walking traffic, zero. So at the beginning, I needed to learn, okay, yeah, I'm a hearing aid dispenser, I'm a hearing aid professional already, but I have no clients. You could be a professional, but if you don't know marketing, then your business isn't going to thrive regardless of your title. So that's what a lot of people also need to understand, that when you get your profession, that's one thing. Marketing and getting clients and running a business is another. So I had to test different things. I started to get on the local Hispanic magazine, and now starting to get phone calls, starting to get people to come in, and then I started running Facebook ads, and little by little you start learning, but definitely getting coaching for that. Mentorship, super critical throughout your entire business journey. It just never ends. At the beginning, you're gonna read books, which is a form of mentorship, and then eventually, hopefully, you can hire a mentor that has what you want and has accomplished some of the things that you really want, then hire that mentor to teach you how he got there. But throughout the journey, I've always hired different mentors as I got bigger and bigger. Because once you start to scale, you need that mentor that's even higher than you.
So always look for someone that knows more than you, because there's things that we just don't know, man.
Yeah.
You know. So what was it that drove you to even start your own business?
My own business.
Yeah.
I've always just been that entrepreneur, like even since high school. Like I've always like been like, man, like I need to make a lot of money because I never had the things that I wanted.
Making.
The first thing I saw in high school was there was this guy who used to sell Gatorades and during PE class, and he would just sell out like that. So I was like, man, and then there were still people that still wanted Gatorades after he sold out. So I was like, there's potential there. There's a market for that, right? So I started freezing my Gatorades and I started taking them and I started selling them too. And we would both sell out still. So that was like my first taste of sales. That was back when I was like in ninth grade, bro. But ever since that, I tried different things. I started investing in pallets. Like I bought home theater pallets. Like I found this place that just would sell home theater pallets that got returned or people didn't want them or they didn't sell. And then I would get those and I would sell them on Craigslist and for a profit. So yeah, so I was like, this is the way to make money. Cause I was like, man, working an hourly job, it just doesn't make sense. Like you're getting paid minimum wage, and then Uncle Sam takes a third of that, and then you're left with crumbs.
Literally.
I'm not saying I didn't have a job. I also, once I got to the age of 19, and then I knew that my daughter was on her way. I was like, oh shit, now things are getting real. So I did all those things. It was kind of, it wasn't super steady. So then I still had to get a job. I got my job, and then I was hopping from job to job. I worked at Papa John's, Panda Express, BJ's. I worked at all these restaurants, man. The restaurant industry it's hard, man. It's
Bro.
rough.
I know. I started at Little Caesars myself, bro. But before that, I was doing some construction,
Yeah.
doing plumbing, electrical, freaking. Even ended up doing flooring, a little bit of roofing.
Yeah.
And bro, those are my respects to every single person in those industries, bro. Because
Yeah.
it's backbreaking.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of like you, bro. When I was in high school, I saw people that some dude was selling bubble gum.
Yeah.
And in high school, bro, like in school, it was like chicles, hey, pásame el chicle.
Yeah.
And this guy was just selling little packs back to back to back, freaking throughout the class. And I'm like, dude, well, I don't want to copy the guy because they're going to be like, what the fuck, right? So I ended up buying, they call them bolitochas. They're like watermelon with the little chili powder in the middle.
Yeah.
Bro, I was getting the whole bag for $5 and I was coming up $15 on each bag.
And he's like, okay.
Bro, my backpack was fat, just full of candy. And my mom was like, ¿a dónde vas, cabrón? Voy a comprar dulce. ¿Y a qué chingas quieres tanto dulce? I was like, no, pues para vender. And no, pues sí, vamos a agarrarlos. Y they would take me to go buy it, right?
That's good.
And so I would go back to school, bro, and I was fucking I was a bolitocha hustler over there, dude.
Yeah,
Selling all this candy.
selling the candies.
Yeah, dude. I mean, at 25, I was at 25 cents a pop. 25 cents a pop, or I would sell 5 for $1, I think, right? And so I was just freaking, and they used to have an arcade in there too, dude. So I was like, I was kind of wasting my money on the maquinitas or during lunch,
damn.
right? So it was I was partying it out, I was like, oh, I have the fucking quarters, I don't care, go play that stuff. But yeah, man, my whole family, from my dad's side, is literally an entrepreneur. They're business owners. One of my padrino, my dad's dad, actually has one of the biggest shellfish company distributor out in Mexico.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's so big that now he even has his own freaking farm of oysters and clams, and like he has his own little, you know what I mean, his own crecidero de ostiones y todo eso. So it's like it's one of those things that's always been in the blood. And so being out here, I'm like, bro, they're making it happen over there. And I was like, what the fuck? It's like, you're in the United States, bro. ¿Qué chingados vas a hacer tú? And so my dad's always been good. He has a great mindset as far as business. Hardworking man. But I figure that I didn't want to be the hard-working man. I wanted to be the smart working man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, of course, we got to work hard. But working smart has led to better yields,
Definitely.
And it's not like it's not easy, man. Because I don't think, like I said, I don't think this type of line is just for anyone. Because it comes with struggle, it comes with sacrifice, it comes with dropping an old person that you used to be to become something better, something new, right? So I don't think that just anybody can do this type of or this line of work, I want to call it,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, man, people just don't have it. Some people just don't have it, you know. And with nowadays kids, I mean, we're not even that old, dude. You know, like we're young, but kids talking about 16, 20-year olds, 25-year olds, like they want this instant gratification. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it didn't work. Oh, let me go try this, and they're just chasing the shiny stuff, chasing the shiny stuff.
Chasing the Bitcoin.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, that's some other shit. I don't remind me of that. I was that guy. But that's why I understand. Like, dude,
Yeah.
there's no instant gratification. Like,
Yeah, you're
even for trading or Bitcoin, you gotta have the mindset to be able to handle that kind of stuff, man. You gotta
Yeah.
have the feria to be able to lose and afford learning.
Definitely.
Like at the end of the day, man, you like said, if you don't know how to do something, you gotta find a mentor, or read a freaking book. You know, something that will get you to that level. I don't know, like now we got the Guerreros podcast going,
Yeah.
right? But it's like, damn, well, it's just Guerreros podcast, yeah. But how about a speaking gig out of it, you know? Like actually, kind of like what you're saying, making feria, the event, like little by little, working towards that.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely encourage you to plan on making your first event. Doesn't have to be super big. Right now, I was talking to Albert. Right, I told him like, how many people you think I should have at my first event? And he's like 500. I'm like,
Yeah, bro.
oh
Of
man.
course, you would say 500.
I was like, dang, that's a lot of people. But I think I'm at a point where I can do it. So, but you don't have to start there. You can do maybe 50, 100, 200 people. Or I mean, or if you want to aim big, man. I mean, it's up to you. For me, I feel like I can host a 500-person event. I'm at that point. So right now, what we're doing is, I have my team. We're building out the website where people can buy their tickets, and then we're putting the packages together, like the CEO ticket level. Right, it's gonna be probably 14.97, and yeah, you're gonna get private lunch. There's gonna be a mastermind. There's gonna be you get front row seating. There's gonna be other little perks. Then you got the super VIP and then the entrepreneur level. So I'm planning that. Now my next step is to look at the venues. So now in my city of Montebello, there's a place called the Quiet Cannon. Since I'm a Rotarian, also I go there a lot for meetings. So I know a person there that can kind of help me with the venues. So I'm gonna see if it's a good fit. So I'm gonna say, hey, I'm trying to host 500 people. I need to get some quotes for that. And then I gotta get the stage, man. I mean, the venue is the venue, but you gotta get the stage. You gotta get the DJ. I'm incorporating the Hispanic culture a little bit, some Mexican, some corridos,
Los belicones.
corridos bélicos.
Vámonos.
So corridos. So I got a few connections as far as getting like some premium grupos. So I'm in the works of getting some quotes for that. So yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to coming that comes with planning that big event. Like I said, the tickets, the stage, the venue, then the speakers, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Albert Preciado there. Neil Patel said he's in,
There you
so I'm gonna
go.
make sure the date works for them too first because I
You
need them
want to,
there.
yeah, bro. Those are some. If you guys don't know who Neil Patel is, you gotta look that guy up. He's a very rich man, not just monetarily, but mentally. He's very smart, man. He's a very
Billionaire,
smart. Yeah,
billionaire,
he's a very smart man.
and yeah, he does marketing for the thousand global. I think it's
Yeah,
called thousand
top 1,000 global. He calls it,
global
right?
companies. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
We got
it's
the.
insane.
He's
He is
like,
marketing.
yeah, he's like, we got the SP 500 out here. He's like, yeah, man, I do the top 1,000 global companies, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, bro, he's not even worried about just the 500. He's like literally around the.
He's global.
Dude.
He's insane. That guy's a master genius of
Yeah,
marketing.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we plan to have that. We plan to have a little VIP. Then I plan the VIP party after, and then
¿Con los corridos o no?
con los corridos probably.
Vámonos.
Oh yeah, definitely. Group. And that same day, we're gonna have the grupo with the VIP party. It's gonna be música en vivo.
There you go. No,
Usually you have a DJ or just a speaker playing. Nah, man, our event's gonna have corridos en vivo.
there you go.
It's gonna be sick. And then we'll do some karaoke, man. So I have to start practicing.
God, dude, I'm gonna have to get my lungs ready for this.
Unos corridos tumbados viejo.
Que no me tumben a mí, it's all good, dude. I can hang.
Yeah, and then you got to think about the upsells, right? I'm gonna sell my mentoring program at the event. I'm gonna also promote my hearing aid business. I'm gonna be like, I know somebody out of these 500 people knows somebody with hearing loss. Do you know anybody with hearing loss?
Dude, I remember I asked you about it. What can I get? Because I got my grandma, I got my auntie that have hearing issues.
Yeah.
And so you told me, it's like, man, just give me the test results or whatever it is that they do for the hearing. Is like, we can probably make you something.
Yeah. If you have a test from them, send it to me, and I could give you a good deal and recommend you something. But yeah, like promote all your businesses. I'm promoting that, and then I'm gonna have a booth for El Flipero. People who want to buy or sell their homes, I'm gonna have that too. So there's gonna be a lot of people that are homeowners, business owners, people that know somebody with hearing loss, people that know that somebody that wants to sell their house, and then people who want mentorship.
That's right.
So all those people, once you have that event, I mean, you're obviously going to get more credible and they're going to trust you. But the point of that is to upsell and make even more money in the back end too. So we're going to sell tickets, we're going to sell mentorship, we're going to promote the businesses.
So even for the people, man, hearing Chris talk about the sales, you're literally gonna go to an event with some big names with a lot of value, okay? And I always like to say this because it's one of the and I still can figure out who freaking told me this, bro, or who I heard it from. But pretty much they said that all this value is great and all, everything that you learn is great and all, but if you don't apply it, it's just literally what the hell did you just do? Waste your time, right? So it's kind of like, don't turn on that self-help, because it is self-help, right, to get you to that next level, to that next place, that next stage, whatever it is that you want to be.
Yeah.
Don't turn all this self-help into shelf-help. And bro, like I said, people over here taking notes, doing this, and then they grab that book and then put it on the drawer, put it in the dresser, or put it away, and they never apply anything, man.
Correct.
So what was for you was one big thing that you applied that changed the way you ran your business?
I mean, I've learned a lot of things throughout business, but definitely marketing. Like you need to know marketing, sales. So I believe that every business, especially when you're starting off, the three top important things are product, marketing, and sales. So that's what I try to teach my mentees first at the beginning, that you need to have either a good product or a good service. And you need to be a master of it. You need to believe in it. Because if you don't even believe in your product or service, you think other people are going to believe it when you're trying to pitch it? Like it's going to come off in your body language that
They see it.
you just don't believe in it, or you're just trying to sell it. Marketing. So what is marketing? Marketing is ads, advertising. That's going to get you the clients in the door. So you need to be good at that, getting customers in the door for as cheap as possible. So I do Facebook ads, I do local magazine, I do newspaper, and it just depends on whatever business you're running, because everybody's different. You run a garage door business, right? So you're going to target homeowners. So you got to see, okay, what are you need to do your research. What are the age ranges that you need to be looking for? What age ranges do people have that own homes? Or what's your good area market? Like you're not going to go search apartments, they don't probably have garages. You're going to go look at the medium homes, or even top of the line Beverly Hills
It's
homes.
as easy, like Albert says, man. It's the same amount of work to sell something cheap as it is to sell something expensive, man. You still got to put in the work.
Yeah, bro. Like on
Yeah.
the weekend, I heard you trying to pitch Albert, bro.
I had to, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been there. I was like, that was the first thing where I was like, you trying to sneak out, bro? And that's the thing. I like to make it fun, right? Because I don't like just to be like, buy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
hey, bro, look, if we get your door like this, you're gonna be able to sneak out. But remember, if you sneak out, so can she. You know what I
So can
mean?
your wife
Yeah.
or whatever can
So it
sneak
works.
out, too.
It works both ways, and that line I use it a lot, bro, because I like to.
It's
Yeah.
funny and it's catchy.
Yeah. So I like getting. I like my customers to laugh. I like having a good time with my customers in the sense that they're not just seeing me take money from them. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anybody that loves to just pay to get anything repaired, right? Even when we go to a mechanic, like, dude, like, fuck, now I gotta replace this, now I gotta replace that. Oh, here goes the bill. Like, damn, bro, acaríciame de perdida, cabrón.
Yeah.
You know?
Right away, when you know that you have a lead, like Albert's a potential lead. Like you need to add him to your database. You need to follow up, and maybe you can even barter. I mean, for him, he's such a high level guy, right? You could say, "Hey, man, I'll fix your garage door. Just give me a coaching call." And that
Yeah,
might be worth it too, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, but the thing is, you got to keep following up, following up, following up because he has a problem and you can fix it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that leads me into sales, right? Sales, and then I like to add follow up. Follow up, oh man, I've made millions off of follow up. Like, if you don't even contact your current clients, like, I mean, if you're not even nurturing your current clients, why are you trying to go get new clients? Like people who have already bought from you, who have done business with you, are most likely going to do business with you again because they already know you, they already love you, you already did their service, they already know what you're about.
They trust
Yeah, exactly. So you need to be following up with them. You know, if garages need maintenance on a quarterly basis, hey, I gotta go lube up your garage,
you. Send them the
hundred
reminder, man.
bucks. I'll lube up those wheels. That way you can sneak out.
Yeah, no, seriously. And this is what I do, bro. I typically follow up with my clients, with my current clients, and I always I have them on a 6 month um, a 6 month reminder.
Yeah.
So I always tell them, I was like, if you don't remind us, no worries. I'm like, I got you in the system. You're gonna get a reminder from us. So all you have to do is give us a call, or we'll call you, set up an appointment at your convenience to stop by. It only takes like 10, 15 minutes to
Yeah.
do what we need to do. And they love the fact that they don't have to worry about a garage door that they need to take care of.
Yeah.
Right now, I was telling them, I was like, hey, you have a car, right? Well, you got to take your car typically anywhere between 4 to 6 months. You got to go take it to get serviced. Well, when you bring the car back, where did you put it into? Your garage. That's your time to service your garage as well. You know, so whenever you get your car serviced, service your garage too. So it kind of is like, oh, I like that idea. It's like now it's a reminder, you know. So it's kind of just putting things together to make it easier for them to not even think about it. It's just an automatic, you know.
Definitely, you should be in charge of the follow up because the customers aren't going to remind you.
Of course not.
So always add it to your calendar. Have a CRM that reminds you or your staff that hey, it's time to make these calls. Like my staff, we call patients throughout the whole year. Like we don't even stop. Like I have 4,000 patients, right? So we pull a list and I tell them, hey, every time there's nothing here to do, you guys have to be on the phone. Like you have to be calling patients. Just if they already got hearing aids recently, that's fine. Just say, hey, just want to make sure everything's good. Or you're happy with your hearing aids. If not, come in and we'll fix whatever problems you're having because it's all about that patient care, customer service too.
And you, right now that you mentioned that, you know, the other thing that I actually do as well for my business
Yeah.
is any installation that I do, I typically give them a 2 year aftercare service. So what that does, he helps me keep up with my customer because they're already added into our system, right? Well, shout out to dude, how can I forget his name? Oh, Rafael from Automatrix. He created my whole CRM, and dude, it's just been automated, so it makes it that much easier.
Perfect.
But what I do is add him to a 2 year plan. I stop by every 6 months. The system reminds me to remind them because, like you said, of course, even if they get the reminder, they're like rato le hablo, or they don't even call at all.
No.
But the whole point is that I installed the new garage. My goal is to make sure that their garage lasts as long as possible and give them that quality customer service that they deserve because they're not paying 100 bucks. I mean, even 100 bucks is a bit of money, you know,
Yeah.
but they're paying thousands of dollars to be able to get their door done. And to me, it wouldn't be fair if I'm charging you $2, $3, $4,000 for your garage door, and then I just let your garage door break down in the next 5 years. Like now, my goal is to make sure that baby goes for a decade minimum, right? So when I do that, they like the fact that I go in, I educate them on the
definitely.
process. I educate them on how to service a door. So I was like, if one day you don't want to call me, that's fine. At least you know how to lubricate it. And then here is our service plans, you know. So I have them like on a 1 year, a 3 year, or a 5 year service plan, kind of like your tickets, right? Break it down.
Yeah.
And so that way, at least they're like, you know what, I don't feel like doing it. Let's just go for it for a year. Or let's go for another 2 years after the 2 years is done with you. And so it becomes an upsell, but in a way, it becomes a way to build that relationship with my clients too.
Oh yeah, and people love peace of mind. Like you need to be selling those packages. 5 years. Like if I have a garage, I don't even want to deal with it. Especially like higher level people, business owners. Like you don't want to.
They just want to
I
get up and
don't.
go.
I don't even want to lose my garage. Like I just want to just pay you, and I know that you're gonna take
Hey,
care
bro,
of
you
it.
got a garage?
I do. So we'll talk about that
What's
later.
up, bro? Like, you got a garage band right here. You gotta
Exactly.
pitch it everywhere, man.
Yeah, that's sales. So again, sales, that's another thing too. Like you need to learn how to close a deal, how to pitch the deal, how to close the deal, and right away, like this. You know, like Albert was saying, when that client is hot, you got to close it. Either make the deal or break the deal, because
pretty
either
much.
way, if you let them go and think about it, they're not gonna come back.
Or they're gonna go to someone else.
Yeah. So that's what I'm applying. Like today, I had some patients that were gonna buy some $6,000 hearing aids. And man, I was applying pressure. I was applying pressure. They're like, "Oh, let us sleep on it." I'm like, "No." Like, they're like, "We'll come back Thursday." I'm like, "What is 2 days gonna do for you? 2 days for what? Like, you need the hearing aids. Your husband needs the hearing aids. I'm giving you financing. It's a good deal. I mean, it's a no brainer. Like,
There
you're
you
gonna
go.
benefit a lot in the long run." And yeah, man, they're like, "You know what? All right, let's just do it."
Husband,
Boom.
the husband's gonna start listening to you now. He's not gonna be questioning
Yeah,
anything. You
yeah.
know,
You're
he's
not gonna have to be screaming at each other.
yeah.
Communication's gonna be better. He's gonna be more engaged in social gatherings because they were having that issue. Like they would go to parties and he would just step away because he can't hear the conversation that's going on.
Hey man, maybe this whole time I thought my dad estaba sordo. I mean, o sea, hacía que no escuchaba a mi mamá, pero se me hace que está sordo.
Yeah, if you see a family member that's isolating, that's called social isolation. It's because they don't want to deal with asking people to repeat themselves. They're embarrassed. They can't hear, and then they separate themselves from the family. And then what does that lead to? Then that starts leading to Alzheimer's, dementia, because they're not using their brain, they're not being engaged. So it ultimately starts leading to bigger problems. So, I mean, that's just a little example of what hearing aids can do for you. But yeah, you got to close that client on the spot. Give them a financing deal, give them this, whatever you got to do to close the deal, close it. Do you offer financing?
I don't. I actually asked Albert for financing, right? He's
Yeah.
like, just send people to my my German finance.
Yeah.
It's like, and we'll make something work. And I'm like, well, that works, man. Because most of the time, right? I haven't looked into financing. Most of the people that I do target, they have it. No.
That's true, right? So driven financing, you can actually become a merchant with them and then offer, like if I want to get financing for my patients, I could probably send my patients financing through driven funds.
Yeah, and then that's what I was just send him my way, bro. We'll figure out a cut or something, you know. We'll figure something. But for me, the whole financing part is I can do 50% deposit once so I do 10%, 40% once we get the product. So that makes it a full 50% by the installation day. And if they don't have the full amount, then 50% a month later. And so it alleviates quite a bit on them, right? Because they don't have to pay freaking $3,000-4,000 de madrazo.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Are you really gonna do that? What's the interest?" I was like, "There's no interest. Like I'm already making my money off the installation. As long you're on the contract, right? The worst thing that could happen is we freaking do and put what do you call it when you take it like, a lease, a lien on your property, you know, and you won't be able to sell your property until you pay the money back. So I mean, we'd rather pay the full amount or have headaches trying to sell a home. So I mean, and then again, the trust. Huh?
I gotta learn a little bit about those liens.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't know if that's only for like home business industries, like you're obviously starting garages and homes, but I don't know if I can like put a lien on somebody's
No.
house for selling hearing aids.
No, yeah, it's a process, bro. Because you're supposed to like before you do. I mean, at least for me, before I do any type of sale, I have to have them sign. It's like this paper that puts. It's like the first process of it that puts their home and kind of like, all right, well, if you don't pay this, now we're gonna go for a lien on your home. And if you don't pay this amount, well, there's gonna be interest. And if you don't pay this interest, well, then you can sell your home. And once you do sell your home, then you gotta pay whatever you owe plus the interest, right? So it's a bit of a process. And I learned this from a guy that I did some work for. He's like, you know, man, you didn't even give me this. I forgot what the paperwork is called, man. He's like, you didn't even give me this lien paperwork to sign. But I mean, it's only like $4,000. So it's like, and we always pay. So it's not like you're gonna have this issue with us. But when you have big projects, you want to make sure that you have it. And I'm like, damn. Like I've never even done this. I always heard about liens, but it's a process to it because you cannot just be like, oh yeah, this guy didn't pay me. Let me go to the courthouse and put a lien on this house. Like you can't. You have to have a process in place.
Definitely. Okay.
And I mean, up to now, I haven't had nobody give me headaches with paying.
Okay.
The only headache I got was from a very very cheap person, and it was only like $120. Like,
A
dude,
month I was paying.
no, no, $120 that he owed.
Oh,
Era
yeah.
flipero, vato. I was like,
Ah.
dude. I was like, you got me over. It's like when it comes to like my house flippers, my realtors, I take care of them even
Yeah.
more so, right? Because they're giving me work constantly.
Yeah.
But dude, this guy literally freaking selling $1 million homes out in dude, I forget what the name of the place is. It's like a little bit higher than San Francisco or further south from San Francisco,
Mhm.
and I'm talking about $1 million homes, and you're tripping about me charging you for 2 hours because I had to make actually a 3 hour trip, hour and a half to go, hour and a half to come back to my area of work. I'm like, I don't usually do that unless you're like I said, my house flippers, my realtors, my clients from the past. Like, I'll take care of you,
Yeah.
right? If you bought a door from me, you're like, hey, I got mom, I got sister, I got cousin, but they're like all the way about an hour from you, hour and a half. Like the most I'd travel will be about hour and a half out because it's about a 3 hour round trip. That takes
Yeah.
about half a day, you
Yeah,
know.
no, that's crazy.
So I mean, dude, $120. I was like, bro, I was like, keep your 120, bro. You're ahead. You're 120 problems, bro. I don't need them.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Nah, those people you just gotta cut off. If they don't do good business, if you don't do good business with me the first time, I'm not gonna send you anything after. Period. But yeah, making it simple for your clients, right? I mean, sometimes I finance them myself. As long as they come in with like, you know, 20% down payment, which covers the hearing aid cost,
Yeah, the
then I'm
materials, right?
taking the risk of the extra profit, right? That they make sure they make their payments. And 99% of people will. You're gonna always have that 1% that just you're gonna call them forever
Nobody's perfect.
until their hearing aid breaks down and they
Uh,
come in and I'm gonna tell them, guess what? You didn't make your payments. So you're gonna have to pay this balance off and then I'll fix your hearing aid. So they broke the agreement, right? That we're gonna make monthly payments. So
you ever send them to collections or
we'll get them
anything?
some. I haven't looked into that, but I might look into that pretty soon. Because there's a few people that owe money and I'm just like, my staff's just like, that person never pays. And I'm just like, well, their hearing aid's bound to break and they're gonna have to come in. If not, I'll just void their warranty, and it doesn't matter wherever they go, they can't get it fixed. They're gonna have to pay to get it fixed. So you might as well come,
Get it taken
pay your
care of.
payment, and then I'll fix your hearing aid.
Like seriously, man.
So there's always ways to maneuver. So and then financing, right? Make sure you have those financing things in place. I'm actually gonna send Albert a thing, a text like, "Hey, bro, if I send you all my hearing aid deals for financing, like, I don't know if that's something you could do, but
I'm pretty
let me
sure
know."
even if it's not through the driven financing he has, but he might have some other type of
Yeah,
somebody helping with
cause
financing, dude.
yeah, cause right now I use Care Credit. It's pretty famous for health. Have you
Oh
heard of
yeah,
it?
yeah. I actually used it.
Yeah, care credits for dentists, hearing care professionals, anything to do. Even your pets can go
To get
to
credits
see the
against anything.
vets. Anything that has to do with health, care credits for that. So that's what
Actually,
I use
have
right now.
I think I have like a I think I have an account with them, and dude, I hella forgot about that crap. So I paid some of it off, and now it's back with all the fucking interest. It's back up to the same shit again. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, if you miss a payment, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, I know, man. And like I said, man, I have so much on my plate, but that's the whole, like we were saying earlier, it pays off to have systems in place, man, to take care of little shit like this. Because, I mean, it is little, but yeah, it's up, yeah, it's up, yeah, it's up.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I'm looking into getting a executive assistant pretty soon.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
which
after
roles
that
will
talk?
make? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dude, I'm with you. I was
It's
like,
insane because like Albert said, you shouldn't be doing stuff below your pay grade, right? So like I did the calculations and my hour's worth anywhere from $500 to $1,000 an hour. So I shouldn't be doing my laundry. I shouldn't even be getting my kids ready, because I'm single father. I'm a single father half of the time. So one week I'm just like, shit, I have to get up. I have to get ready, my kids ready. I have to make them breakfast. And now that they're in private school, I have to make them lunch because school doesn't provide food. I mean, they do, but you have to pay for it. So, which it doesn't. I'm thinking I should just pay it. It's not even much. It's just I like to feed them healthy.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I make their food. I make their sandwiches with like that Ezekiel bread, all that healthy stuff. Um, and I shouldn't be doing that shit. It's not worth my time. If I have an executive assistant to do that for an hour, I can call clients and close another six, eight, $10,000 deal.
Pay that assistant
That
for the
will pay
day.
the assistant 10, 100 times. So it doesn't make sense for me to be doing that.
You know, I have people over here talking about I need an assistant, but they don't want to put in the work to keep the assistant. They just think it's like,
Yeah.
ah, I'm gonna lay back. Nah,
Again, you have
fucker.
to do your calculations. You
Yeah.
know, I think it's divide your salary into 2080. That's gonna give you your hourly rate, what you're worth an hour. So like just so that your audience can know how to do this. So let's say my business does $1 million. Divided into 2080, that's 2080 working hours in a year. So my hour would be worth $480 an hour. So I shouldn't be doing stuff that I could pay an executive assistant maybe 25, 30, even 40, even if it was $50 an hour,
You can afford it.
$100 an hour. It is not worth my time to be doing that because I can generate a lot more in my time.
Oh, yeah.
So when you start getting to those higher levels, you need to really start freeing up time on stuff that you shouldn't even be doing. Like
For
all
the
my
money
clothes,
making activities.
I take money making activities. I take all my clothes to dry cleaners. I in the beginning when I first started, I used to iron my own professional shirts.
That
My
takes
time, I had
time,
to
bro.
wash it, and then my washer would mess up my shirts. It was a mess. But eventually, I started taking all my dry cleanings, all my clothes directly to the dry cleaners, and they even some of the dry cleaners actually do laundry service
Yeah,
now.
yeah. You just take them the whole bag, the
You take
weight.
the whole bag, they weigh it, or they do it per bag, and they wash it, they fold it for you, and that's it. It costs you it almost costs the same money. You're gonna spend money on your electricity, your water, your soap. It probably comes out to the same thing if you just drop it off
Yeah, and you save a ton of time.
and it frees up your time.
Yeah, dude, I hear you. There,
MMAs,
dude, there you go. MMAs. I was like, what the fuck? We're
money
fighting.
making
We're fighting
activities.
now, or what? MMA. And then there's like, nah, dude, there's
you're
money making
fighting. You're
activities.
fighting your time.
Yeah, literally, literally. And for the people that don't understand, it took me a while to understand this.
Yeah.
But money, I mean, money, time is like the best asset that we can get as business owners, or that the biggest asset that we have of business owners, because it gives us, it allows us to get ourselves more deals, go out and close more products, so we can get more money and get that cash
Yeah.
revenue, get that freaking cash going, the cash flow going.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, at this point, I don't even think. Of course, you have some struggle, but have you been having any? Because everybody right now, in my industry, in the construction industry, some of them are already talking about, no, es que se puso despacio. Like, are you having a slow time right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in my real estate, el flipero business, I'm not gonna lie, it's been kind of rough because interest rates are high right now. There's a lot of inventory. People don't want to sell their house. They don't want to refinance. So a lot of the properties are stuck. I just got both of my houses under contract. I already closed one yesterday, getting a nice fat check. I mean,
Vámonos de
I
fiesta.
broke even. I broke even, but at least I got 100 racks coming in plus the other property. Once I close it, I got a full price offer, which was great. But I probably broke even. If not, either I made or lost very little. But I'll take that any day.
It's
A
a
break
risk.
even is you learn, right? You learn your mistakes. Okay, I didn't take into account that I was going to make 8 interest only hard money loans. But the next time I buy a property, that's when I'm going to say, okay, I need to take into consideration that this might sit 8 months. So I need to say, okay, I need 20,000 for payments. I need 30,000 for rehab. I'm put this much down and do your calculations before you buy the property. But yeah, the real estate industry, at least in the Phoenix, Arizona market, has been slow.
Why did you pick up Arizona?
So my dad has been wholesaling out there for 30 years. So he gets all the good deals from the big timers, the big
There you go.
investors.
Freaking
So,
having the good timeline out there with the plows definitely should help.
yeah. So it's good. It's good that my dad's in the real estate. So me and him partner up and we wholesale, we buy, we flip. I also have a triplex that I have with rentals that is actually zoned for seven units.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna build another 4 units on that same property.
Let's go.
So once that's built, I get to rent it, cash flow, the property value goes up, and I'm gonna have a lot of equity, appreciation, and get the tax write-off. So I mean, there's a lot of details to that, but
It's a whole game on its own,
good.
man.
It's good. It's just you have to adapt
Yeah.
adapt to how the market is. And right now it's kind of rough. I mean, we'll see once the presidential elections come into play and see how everything,
¿Que nos vamos a ir con
lines up.
Biden otra vez o nos vamos a ir con...
I'm Team Trump, man. I
Team
mean,
Trump.
not that I agree with everything that he does or whatever, but he's just business pro, as in he helps business owners. He cuts our taxes. He helps this. He helps that. Is he perfect? Probably not. I'm definitely not.
we definitely got someone that's freaking it, like just making it all bad either way.
Do I want somebody who's business pro or someone who's against business owners and are trying to charge us a lot of taxes? Of course, I'm going to go with the Team Trump.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even vote, so. At this point, it's like, dude, whatever you guys pick, I gotta get stuck with either way, So.
And that shouldn't even matter to anybody. You create your own reality. That's what I've learned. Like if you're too focused on the news, the elections, this, like you're just gonna lose. Like, who cares about all that? Focus on your marketing, focus on your product, focus on your sales, and follow up. That's the only thing you should focus on. I don't even watch the news anymore. It's trash. It's garbage. You wake up and turn on the news and somebody got murdered. And then you're like, oh shit, like that bad energy just gets in you like this. And for what? It's garbage.
It's freaking tough.
It doesn't help me make money. I don't watch sports. Watching sports doesn't make me money. Yeah, it's a waste of time. I only listen to audiobooks. I watch podcasts. Anything that has to do with business, I'm in.
And you know what? One of the things that I learned was from one of my clients. Because I learned a lot from my clients, dude, because I built a relationship and we was talking. But one of the things she told me, she was like, son, I don't even watch the news. I don't listen to radio. Because like we just said, right, it's every time I turn it on, it's just bad things. So I have no control over that. I just let the world be the world. Because it's like I can barely control what's in my house, what's within my reach. How can I control something over borders? How can I control something in another state? Like, I just let the world be the world. Like you say, you just gotta do what you can within your reach, because there's people that can make that change, right?
Yeah.
For me, obviously, I cannot make big changes across the world. Maybe not yet.
Not yet.
If I ever can, then I will.
Yes.
But for now, the changes that I can make are gonna be within my household, within my family, within maybe my community, right? And that, why not?
Yes.
But sometimes you have to let the world be the world, because if you don't have the power to do that, like the people that I was going to work, and I mean others have gone through it. It didn't upset me because I was going away from it, right? But on the opposite side of the freeway, they had blocked the whole freeway, like they were sitting down with barrels, and I'm like, why the f don't you go over there, whatever it is that you're protesting, and go over there and actually put your ass on the line, like the people that are trying to make the change, and do it. The f is you blocking the people that need to go to work to pay the rent that are already struggling. Oh, it disrupts, and they put this on the comments. Oh, it disrupts the economy. You had the wrong economy, fucker. It's like the people that you're disrupting are people counting on that next paycheck to pay the rent. You think the landlord is gonna be like, oh, don't worry about it, they blocked your road? Hell no.
Hell no.
They're not. Yeah. You think the bank is gonna tell me, oh, don't worry, Jonathan, they blocked the road. Don't worry about the mortgage payment this month. No, fuckers, they still expect the mortgage payment. Yeah. So it was, to me, it was like, dude, what the hell? He's like, oh, it makes a change. Motherfucker, if you're talking about making a change, send me a link to read it. You just talking out your ass, right? Exactly. So it didn't upset me. It kind of triggers me a little bit right now, because it's like, bro, como que tienen caca en la mente, or like something,
They do, bro. I mean, yeah, you just got to focus on your own circle. Focus on your own circle. That is all that you need to worry about. I mean, sometimes in business, you have to be a little bit selfish. You need to invest in yourself before you can help anybody. I mean, how can you help people if you don't have nothing? You can't. Like, you need to invest in yourself, personal growth, personal development, read some books, get a mentor, get coaching, get the programs that are going to make you 6, 7, 8 figures, and then I can start helping people.
And right now that you said that, this is going to go to all my people that are broke mentally, okay? Because we all have money, we can all get money, right? But sometimes what happens is, oh, dude, the mentorship is 500. Oh, dude, the mentor is 5,000. Oh, dude. Have you ever freaking gone to Barnes and Nobles? They let you read the books for free.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to pay for that. You know what I
Library,
mean?
public
Go to
library.
the library, man. Get yourself something that's gonna help you. Start somewhere. It's just the point. Start somewhere, and not only start, but like I
Yeah.
said, apply what you learn. Apply these things that are not just gonna become self help and then turn into shelf help.
Yeah.
Like there's ways to start. Like I said, man, I started with a $67 program, and then little by little started applying what I learned so that I could make a little bit more money to be able to invest in things that are gonna basically double,
Right.
quadruple, 10 times X what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, literally, like I
Yeah.
said, 5 years ago, I was at a little garage, no bigger than 10 by 10, with a queen size bed and only about a foot or 2 feet to walk through and exit. You know what I mean? No windows, nothing, man. It was le decían el chiquero, because it was just like a pig freaking space type deal.
Okay.
Dude, like it was horrible. So now being in a home where my family can actually have their own roof, run around, do whatever it is they want, like it's a freaking blessing, bro. And all from starting with $67.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And people, I mean, to start with something cheap, the three books that have really like impacted my life. You know, the first one I read was Rich Dad Poor Dad. So that taught me, you know, the difference between an employee, an investor, a small business, and big business. You got the quadrants, right? The four quadrants. So that's a good one. Another one is Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. That is like my business Bible. Every time I need, you know, something, courage, if I need to sharpen up my skills, whatever, I just go back to that book. That book is it's freaking amazing. Have you read it? Ah, bro, you gotta get on it. You have to. Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. And then the third one is the 10x rule, which is also by Grant Cardone. And it's just like whatever you're doing, 10x that. You know, if you're doing this, 10x. And if you're doing something that's good and it's working, and if you 10x it, even if you come short, you're gonna grow.
It might not be the 10x, but it'll be more than twice, like for sure.
For sure, yeah.
I know. Well, guys, as you seen, we had a great mindset today here. Chris Medina, not only the mindset, but a great business owner, El Flipero. He's over here making feria, an event coming through very soon. So stay tuned. We'll definitely repost whenever he posts it up. We're going to repost it so you guys can see it. And one thing I want to mention about that, brother, is people are always, like I said, they're complaining basically about certain events being so much money. Like even for Albert's, like even the CEO ticket for Albert's is like what 5,000, 6,000, right?
I paid $4,000.
See, 4,000. You're gonna have Albert Preciado, and we're looking forward to seeing Neil Patel on there, on there. For how much is your CEO gonna be running? 14.99.
1497 probably, yeah. But you guys, you know, send Jonathan a message and I'll give you some type of discount. It's
There you
gonna
go.
be 10-20% off just because you guys saw me and heard me here on the podcast.
The family discount, friends and family.
Friends and family
Dude, but that's what I'm saying, brother. Like, people over here talking about it's mucho dinero. I was like, bro, you got a great mind that you may not like ever heard of, but he's bringing big names. Like, that's the type of people you want to take advantage of. At the end of the day, your event is gonna be good. It's gonna be another event and another event and another event, and by the time that next event comes by, it's not gonna be no 14.97. I assure you that. I seen it happen. People like Chris Medina, they go hard in what they do. They bring the knowledge, the value, and people see it. So people are gonna want to come back. And when people want to come back, if they don't get that ticket right there and then after that event, guess what's gonna happen? When he starts pulling the actual ticket selling for the next event. It's not gonna be no 14.97. I assure you.
Yeah, the events keep growing, business keeps growing, you keep growing, and little secret, you know, when you invest in yourself, when it comes to business, it's a tax write off.
Yeah.
Like for you business owners, or if you're looking to get into business, it's education in business. So the IRS gives you a tax break on that. So let's say you pay $1,000, you would have probably paid $300 in taxes. Well, guess what? That's just going to be reimbursed back to you as a tax write off for investing in yourself, investing in your business.
And brother, I think is that part of the podcast where I ask you, what does it mean to be a guerrero to you?
A guerrero, man, just being relentless, never give up, and keep pushing.
There you go.
Always.
Yeah, there you go. you cannot be a guerrero if you just stop midway, man. I'll tell you that. And now that I have the freaking podcast, it's like, no tengo ganas, no tienes ganas. What about Guerrero's podcast?
Yeah,
I thought you were a guerrero. Get your ass up.
Accountability.
Yeah, self-accountability at that, bro. So that's why I come all the way out here, bro, meeting people like yourselves, individuals like yourself, because I started with Albert, right? Back home, it was just me getting away from everything that I used to do. And finding Albert was kind of like a blessing in a way, because now I know all these great people, all these great connections. Guerrero's podcast started because Albert pushed me to do it, right? My business did better because Albert showed me the blueprint and ways to do it. And through that, like I said, the most powerful thing has been networking. Because just networking alone has brought me enough courage, enough business, and enough knowledge to be able to be like, I haven't even applied everything I learned. Because it's just so much. So it's just like, at least as long as I'm applying something every day, like Jonathan Rodriguez says, he's like, bro, I admire you, because every time you go back to fucking San Francisco, you come back and you already applied everything over here. I was like, nah, bro, it's like little by little. But that's what I'm saying, bro. It's not self-help. It's that self-help being applied. Yes. So I want to say thank you, brother, for being in Guerrero's podcast.
Anytime, brother. Always.
We're looking forward to your making feria and the corridos bélicos.
We're going to have corridos. Right? We're going to learn about business. We're going to learn about making feria.
There we go. So if you guys got any questions, anything from our boy Chris Medina, you guys already know where to follow him. Let him know where to follow you one more time.
Yeah, I mean, on all platforms, I'm pretty much _Chris Medina. You can find me on YouTube as the Making Feria podcast. And if anything, reach out to Jonathan, reach out to me. And, if you guys need help with anything, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to get on a free 15-minute call with you just to kind of see where you're at and guide you in the right direction and get you guys to making some more feria.
Let's go. Hey, bro, also thank you for letting me get in that M5, bro. That shit was sweet.
In the what? In the M5? Oh, yeah, M5.
It actually came with as soon as you turn it on, he just gave you the massage.
V8 twin turbo, 650 horsepower.
Bro. Too bad fucking traffic out here won't let you push it all the way, man. You gotta be driving like at 2 a.m. to have clear roads.
Sometimes, man, I've hit 150 already.
Bro, freaking what's his name? Pat was telling us, was like, yeah, bro, I hit 210. I was like, what?
On his truck?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's killer.
And then freaking Leo in his Bugatti hit 250. God.
I was like, what? If at 150 it feels like I'm going into space. I can't imagine 250. I just feel like the world's just gliding like I'm just seeing stars.
Hey, man, and right now that I mentioned Leo, always reminds me of this because it's funny to me. It's like the color cartón. Tú estás güerito, right? But he's a color cartón. Para toda mi raza allá afuera que estén empezando algo, no se les olvide nuestro color cartón, como dice el compa Leo. Es nada más que un color que nos da poder. Podemos hablar español. Tenemos la fortaleza de agarrar una marqueta más expandida, right? Para poder agarrar más oportunidades. So don't forget, no se les olvide, estamos aquí para lo que ocupen, para lo que necesiten, y no dejen que su color de piel, su vocabulario, de donde hayan venido, no dejen que los pare o los detenga de poder hacer más. Por eso les estamos trayendo Guerreros Podcast. So Guerreros, let's go.
A huevo, Guerreros.
Vámonos. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Anytime, brother.
We're gonna make something
Peace.
good.